Hey, what's going on guys? My name's Nathan and welcome back to another Demon Slayer unboxing. Now today I have another Genya prize figure by Banpresto. Now I already have some complaints about this. I'm going to go into more detail as we get into this. I've already mentioned it briefly when I did my big haul. I guess it was about a month ago now. But yeah, already got some issues with this. Not the figure itself, but yeah, it'll make sense when we get into this. Let me just pull this out. So we have base, sword, body, head, and gun, which might look very familiar and is part of the reason why I have some complaints. So pull the base out, you cut this. As always, appreciate the fact that they put the sword on cardboard just to keep it secure. Try and pull this out without breaking it. That's one thing they do a decent job with. Oh, this one's really stuck down. Usually you just slide these out. I'm just going to cut this out, it'll be easier. Okay, there's the sword. Get the body out. It's easier if I do it on my lap. There's the body. Head. And finally, the gun. Okay, let me move this out of the way. So let's put this all together. So head obviously just slides on, kind of goes sideways. Again, should look very familiar. Gun obviously just goes in the hand, and then the sword has a little notch you can see on the back, which you have to try and get it in a certain way for it to actually clip in. Actually, it'd be easier if I put it in the base first, actually. So it only goes into the base a certain way. There we go. So I believe the sword goes in this way. So let me try and get this in. It's really finicky to get this sword in. You have to get it in just perfectly. There we go. Okay, so now I'll give you a close-up. Obviously, he's in his more demon-like form. You can see obviously the facial expression if you zoom in. As a standalone figure, this is great. Like, no complaints. I love the gun, I love the pose. But what I do have a problem with. So, for those that don't know, when it comes to Bandai prize figures, they do 2 paint variants of every figure. So, we have regular Genya. We have the alternate style Genya. When I first saw this, I thought, oh, they're doing something that I thought this was a pair. I thought they were doing a demon form of Genya and then this alternate. It wasn't until I found this one that I realized we're going to have 4. I don't have the alternate one of this yet, but obviously it's going to just be this paint job with that style head. So they've essentially used the same sculpt. You can see it's exactly the same for 4 different figures. Already, I know that they do the variants just as a money-making scheme because there's no other reason that I can see that you'd want both of these. I get them all because I'm a completionist, to put it nicely. But this is the first time I've seen this where they've used the same exact sculpt 4 times and just altered the paint job. like I said, this as a standalone figure is completely fine. I just wish they would have changed it up a little bit and, you know, maybe adjusted the pose, just done something so it wasn't literally the same figure, just different painting on the head. And I mean, if you look, the body's the exact same. It's just the head. They've just painted the head differently. Everything else is the same. There's no other difference here in these, you know, these bodies. The weapons are the same. You literally stuck another head on there and you've made 2 more figures out of it. So that kind of ticked me off a bit because it's the first time I've seen that. Obviously, I'm getting used now to having, you know, 2 of the same, just with different paint jobs. But to see 4 figures, exact same sculpt, just different heads, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I hope they're not going to keep doing that. I hope this is a one-off. And it kind of looks stupid, especially if you're like me, where you have like one shelf dedicated to one character, and you have like four Genyas on your Genya shelf, all in the same pose. You know, it looks kind of awkward. It just looks like everything's the same. Obviously, there's a lot of Genya figures with the gun pointing outwards, which I really appreciate. But I like this neutral pose that he's got going on, even with the head. But yeah, I just really, really hope this isn't the direction they're going to be going in. Where we're going to see more of this. Because I already think it's too far doing, you know, just an alternate paint job. I know some people like the alternates, and I don't mind them in certain cases. There's some characters that I think this looks better than just the standard. But I really hope we're not getting to a point now where they're taking it too far and, you know, making multiples, you know, going more than the 2. I mean, I've got another good example here of a Nezuko. There's the alternate, and there's the regular. And that's all you get. You get the 2. And they're different enough. But if they're going to start doing 4, yeah, it's going to be a bit ridiculous, and it might get to a point where I don't buy every figure, because, you know, you're already spending $25 on one of these. You're going to end up spending $100 basically on the same figure just to have a complete set. But yeah, so there will be obviously an alternate version of this. I'll probably end up getting it just because I'm a sucker like that. But yeah, there's my little rant about Bandai and their money-making schemes. I understand they're a business, they're out to make money, but as a collector that collects, you know, as a completionist, like I said, the nicest way I can put it, this is kind of disheartening. But that's it for this video, guys. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Until next time, see ya.